Some of our viewers ask whether they can become a citizen of Paraguay. Some people want to renounce their current citizenship, and we wanted to talk about all of this in today's video. And I have Jessie with me on the call. She will be guiding us on this very specific issue, this very specific topic. So, Jessie, if you could please tell us what's your take on obtaining citizenship in Paraguay? Can an outsider become a citizen of Paraguay? And what are the conditions in terms of obtaining dual citizenship? We want to get a good idea of the complete picture. Let's say somebody from Europe, somebody from North America wants to move to Paraguay to establish a new life, right? That's what people want. So can you tell us about the process, what people have to undergo?
Yeah, of course. First, of course, they need to be the permanent resident in Paraguay. If they are new in Paraguay, they have first to acquire the temporary residency, then the permanent residency, then apply for the citizenship in Paraguay. Paraguay has, by constitution, gives you the opportunity to choose your citizenship. It means that you can have a dual citizenship, but it all depends on the treaties that your home country has with Paraguay. Currently, we have formal treaties with Spain, so every person who is from Spain or is Paraguayan and they have the opportunity to apply citizenship in Paraguay or in Spain, they have the opportunity to have formally the both citizenships. Of course, also we have the law that it's permitted to have multiple citizenship, not only dual citizenship, but it's limited because Paraguay needs to have a treaty with your country or your nationalities, the nations that you are coming from. So having the Paraguayan citizenship, it's not a process that it's so easy because you have to consider this limitation. Paraguay currently just have these treaties with Spain, as I said. So, for example, if a natural Paraguayan goes to Spain and lives there for a time, they can, and they have the opportunity to apply to the Spain citizenship, Spaniard citizenship. They can do it, of course, and they are not going to lose their right of being Paraguayans, natural Paraguayans. And as well, if you are from Spain and coming to Paraguay, after 2 years, you can apply for the citizenship, Paraguayan citizenship. You have the right to become Paraguayan and also have your Spain nationality. But this doesn't happen always. And as many countries of the regions, there are a lot of Paraguayan migrants that go to several countries and they don't notify expressly that they are holding now a passport from other countries. So that's not a legal process, but also we see that that's happening. And that's why also Paraguay has a special law to, to not fine to those Paraguayans that hold two passports of other country that is not Spain. So, for example, if they come back to Paraguay for a period of time and they find out that they have other passports and it's not the passport from Spain, they are not regular in the country, but also they have their Paraguayan nationality. So they have the right to have these both nationalities without having any fine to pay. So actually, this is not correct, but the Paraguayan law allows you to have multiple citizenship. So it's something very tricky, and you need, of course, some professional help if you want to hold also your Paraguayan citizenship.
Yeah, you explained it very well. Now, a lot of people might be upset or they might think, wow, that's unexpected. I was looking at Paraguay. I had the expectation that I can go to Paraguay and obtain dual citizenship. There are many people that are looking to leave their home country, yet they might not want to surrender their current citizenship as it may prevent them from returning to their home country in the future. You know how it works. Let's say you surrender American citizenship and you get the citizenship of Paraguay, well, anytime you want to go back to the US, you would have to apply for a visa. And that's a tedious process. It takes money, it takes time. And so people don't really want that. Now, with what Jesse pointed out, there's really only a treaty with Spain, correct? But we're hoping that in the not so distant future, Paraguay will establish new treaties with more countries around the globe. But that should not prevent you from obtaining residency in Paraguay. Paraguay is one of the most liberal countries. You can go there, you can obtain temporary residency pretty easily. It doesn't require too much money. It's a pretty easy process to follow. And after 2 years of temporary residency in Paraguay, you can apply for permanent residency in Paraguay. And of course, you can convert to citizenship, right? Even though you may not be able to keep your current citizenship for the reason that we already discussed, your country does not have a treaty with Paraguay, which is unfortunate. But we also should not forget there are people that want to surrender their current citizenship. They want to give it up for good reasons. They don't want to be tied to their home country. They don't want to pay taxes there. All of this really makes perfect sense. And so you can obtain citizenship in Paraguay after 3 years of living in a country. This is a very, very liberal country, guys. But the path to citizenship is there. However, if you want to keep your current citizenship as well, then it may not be an option unless you are from a country like Spain that happens to have a treaty with Paraguay. But like I said, we're hopeful that in the not so distant future, Paraguay will establish new treaties with more countries. So there's no question as to whether it's possible to also keep your old citizenship in the future. So we really hope that this will happen, but we obviously don't know why. But in terms of like getting residency in Paraguay, it is a great country for that. As I already explained, the barrier of entry is easy. To get temporary residency in Paraguay, it's like there's almost nothing easier than that. It's super easy to do. Because of that, it still makes sense if you want to establish a plan B, you want to have potentially a backup residency in South America. There are also people from countries like Asia or the Middle East that are like, okay, I'd be happier having citizenship of Paraguay than my current citizenship. My current citizenship doesn't get me into any countries at all. But with the citizenship of Paraguay, I can get into so many more countries. And therefore, it just makes sense for me to surrender my current citizenship, whatever that might be. So I just wanted to explain here what it is and what it is not. Do you have anything to add here, Jesse, that could be of value to our audience listening?
My personal experience with the citizenship of Paraguay, for example, I have my family coming from Argentina and I did born here in Paraguay. So for example, if I want to have the Argentinian nationality or citizenship, I have to quit my Paraguayan citizenship because there is no treaty right now between Argentina and Paraguay. But as you mentioned, there is some possibility in the future to have the opportunity to hold dual citizenship because historically also Paraguayans migrate to other countries such as Spain and Argentina. These both countries are the favorite between the migrant Paraguayan community, of course. So there is the opportunity, of course, to hold the Argentinian passport and also the passport of Paraguay. Now, in terms of passport strength, for example, Paraguay has a really good power internationally. You can have the access to a lot of countries of Europe and the Americas as well. And it's more than 140 countries right now. So it's very, very a good option, for example, for others who are pursuing a new citizenship. Like you mentioned, there are a lot of US citizens, for example. It's very expensive to quit their citizenship. That's one reason that maybe they are not doing. But for example, if I want to quit my citizenship, my Paraguayan citizenship, I have to pay some fees, of course, but not one specific fees for quitting my nationality. So this is also a big difference between other countries that doesn't give you the direct right to quit your citizenship. So I think also that's a very important point. What you mentioned also, Gerald, is the liberty, the freedom to decide what is more convenient for one person, for one individual.
Subscribe now and turn on alerts to never miss any of my future nomadism, dating, and business advice videos. Thank you for watching.